every person got a full responsibility for the condition of the world. And everyone feels that really he is obligated and he must do something to change the world and to fix the world. That's his will from inside. He sees things are happening with no justice, with no love, with no truth. So he feels like, hey, I need to do something. But we see many times that when we're trying to go outside and to convince people, to talk to people, to do things, many of those times we're finding ourselves in front of a locked door, a closed door, and you cannot really convince that person to change. You cannot really affect things that are very far away from you. So you find yourself limited while trying to fix things with your hands outside in the external world. But the Creator, He gave us the power to fix things from inside. And when you fix things from inside of your own spirit, inside of your own soul, so you're affecting the world. And I see this thing happening with me. And I know that people that are lack of faith, it can be hard for them to hear what I'm about to say. But people that felt it and tasted it, they can relate to it and they can understand it. That the complete redemption depends in a decision of one person, in the will of one person. The whole redemption for all Am Yisrael can be depend in the will of one person. And every one of his friends, of his family, of his followers got the ability or to connect himself to that truth of that person and to redeemed by him, to enjoy the bounty that is coming through him, or to argue and to reject it and to fight with it and then not to enjoy it and just to stay an outsider, to stay outside and not to enjoy from what that he got to give you. So yesterday night I realized that my wife and I, we have Shalom Bayit. We truly do have Shalom Bayit. We have peace in our house. And peace, like we learned, it's not the result. Peace is an attitude for life. Peace is the will to have peace. That's peace. We can argue, my wife can disagree on me, we can talk about it, but we're always making peace. We're always coming back to be together, always. And in what that depends? In the level of truth, in the honesty of the person. How you reach peace if you search for the truth. When you search for the truth, so then you will reach peace. Because when your wife, she's telling you something, if you're not desiring for the truth, and you're desiring pleasure, or honor, or to be left alone in your laziness, so then that rebuke, those things that you heard will upset you, will make you feel bad with yourself, like, why I need to bother so much, why I need to hear so many words, why I need to suffer, because you're not really desiring for the truth. But if you desire for the truth, so even when things that you heard are not so pleasant for you, but you feel that they are coming from an honest place, so then that desire for truth inside of you will give you the power to learn. And you will want to learn more, and you will want to listen, even if it's painful, even if it hurts. So when I know about myself that I have this point of truth, and I know about my wife that she's got that point of truth also inside of her, and we're always talking, and we can talk for hours and we can talk for days, and actually we're talking already for more than 15 years, and we're talking and talking and talking and listening to each other and explaining to each other and allowing ourselves every day based on yesterday's understandings to open ourselves a little bit more to each other and to talk more and to share a little bit more and to dare to open ourselves to each other a little bit more. So now, emet ve'ashalom ehavu. So then you have truth, and that truth brings you to peace, and the result of it is love, and you love each other, and then you have love between the couple. And if there is shalom bayit, and if there is love between a couple, if they love each other and they understand each other and they appreciate each other, so then what's going on in a house that there is peace in it? The Shekhinah shora bo. The Shekhinah is coming and hovering on that house, and then that house contains HaShem, the Shekhinah Kedosha. And then everyone that comes in and out to that house, he is enjoying the spirit of HaShem, the spirit of the Shekhinah Kedosha. And then he can fill buckets from the Shekhinah Kedosha and to go with it. And if you have that understanding inside of you, and you have HaShem Yitbarach walking with you, because you're a man of truth, because you're a person that is seeking for the truth, and you're ready to hear the truth, and then you're achieving peace and shalom and love between you to everyone you know. And then you go like me, and you teach, and you share, and you give advice to people. So then you can find yourself that your circles are expanding and growing. Today, for an example, in this center, we have between, let's say, 5 to 10 families, that all of those families came from very far place. Every one of those families are different one from the other. But they're here because they're my students. They're my students means that they came and they want to learn the lesson, means my understanding, my advice to them. And then when they are taking from those water, from those buckets from those water, and bringing it into their houses, so they're healing their houses. And suddenly a person that was not able to sit and discuss no normal decent conversation with his wife, suddenly after he came to one class, watched one video, came few times, asked, consult, he got some more wisdom in his brain, and he's got a little bit more space, more place in his heart to contain and to listen and to follow my advice, means to bring that spirit of HaShem into his life. And now his house become to be a branch. And that branch can grow another branch, and another branch can grow another branch. And that's how the wisdom is expanding. And for a fact, it depends in my situation of dealing with my own fears, working on myself while I'm alone at night and afraid and confused and can't find my hands and my legs, and choosing the truth again, and by doing that, pulling the blessing of HaShem Yitbarach into my life, into my house. And by doing that, being able to influence and to give that wisdom to another family, to another group of people, to another community. And today, our effort brings already such amazing fruits that over 50,000 people hear my lesson every month. And 50,000 people, it's a huge number. And it's still tiny compared to how that it's going to look in a year from now, in 3 years from now. It's going to be fantastic. So you see that the complete geulah, the complete redemption can come from a person, one person. And it depends if it's going to jump into your house and going to lit that eternal flame of truth, and in how much you will want to nullify yourself to the truth. And it's true, sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's embarrassing. But the book Tomer Dvorah, the amazing book, Tomer Dvorah, is explaining that shame is the best punishment in the world. It's the best kind of suffering in the world. Shame. And we're running away from it. No, I don't want to be ashamed. I don't want those insultings. And why? The Tomer Dvorah is explaining why is it the best of them all? To rebuke you, to teach you. Because it's not hurting you physically. It doesn't take your money. It doesn't take your hands. It doesn't defect your eyes. It doesn't do anything to you. It doesn't separate your children away from you. It doesn't kick you out of the house. It's just a shame. It's just a spiritual process, an emotional feeling that you're going through from inside, that you feel ashamed, and actually no harm is done. Nothing happened. Just the question is if you're going to take the lesson or not. You can reject it with 2 hands, no problem. No, I'm not going to let you talk to me. No, you can't say those things. Okay, great, no problem. But if you still need the education, so it will come from a different place, and you don't want that. Because now someone will be after your money, and then someone will be after your children, and then someone will be after your car. Something will... You need to be educated. You need to pay attention to the message of HaShem, message of the Creator. So the best way to do it is through tshuva, is through confessions. So first of all, it starts in the will. I want to learn. And when I want to learn, immediately I built a vessel. If I'm praying for my success, I made a greater vessel, a purer vessel that can contain more bounty, more wisdom. I'm praying, I'm asking for it, not only wanting. When you want, you already started to pull that energy, that positive energy into your life. Yes, I want you, HaShem. And that word in your thought already brings, machshava, brings the wisdom into your life. And then bedibur, and then in your mouth, if you're going to say to HaShem, please HaShem, I want you, I want to hear the truth. Like we said yesterday, it's a done deal, it's a seal. You said the word truth, I want it, that's it, it's going to happen to you. Now, you're done, that's it, you're finished. HaShem is coming. The light will expose your lies, will expose your weaknesses, will expose all of the things that you need to fix. You can't stop it. You can't hide it anymore. That's it. And in action. In action means to nullify yourself to that knowledge. To throw all of your wisdoms and just to want, always to want more, always to want to do tshuva, always to nullify yourself to your teacher, to your guide, to your Rebbe, to the one that influenced on you wisdom. And always to do that again and again, even when he's telling you on right that it's left, on left that it's right. Even if you hear things, you say, but how can I do it? If he tells you to do it, go do it. You will see the blessing. Which blessing? I'm reminding you. My blessing. Which blessing? The blessing of HaShem. That He's blessing the house that have shalom, that have peace between the couple. Shechina shora b'bayit shelahem. The Shechina is hovering in their house. You come in and out from their house, it's like to be in the kotel, the western wall. The Shechina lo zaza ma'kotel, the Shechina doesn't move from the western wall. Come to their house, it's the same like the western wall. The wall, there's no difference. You can feel the presence of the Shekhinah. It's the same. In what it depends? It depends in the purity of your heart. How much that it's going to float into your house. And you can see that. Because student of mine that didn't have no organized way of life and no schedule in their lives, and today they have schedule. And student of mine that didn't know how to take care of their parnasah and how to make money, and they were completely lost. Today they have that advice. And me, about myself, I can tell you. Yesterday night I saw one of my shirts was cut. I had a cut in one of the sleeves of the white butterfly. And I didn't know what to do with myself. I looked at it and I know I need to do tshuva. And then my wife spoke to me about something and she rebuked me on me talking too much. Yes, it can happen to a husband that his wife, and she's okay with it. But I had to listen to that rebuke, and I heard from her that I'm explaining myself a little bit too much. And I heard that. And then I remembered that it's written that the defect of the clothing, of the gama bgadim, is coming because of gama dibur, because of defect of the speech. That you talk too much, that you talk nonsense. This is how you... And it just crossed my mind. And I said to myself, hey, you cannot ignore that cut. It's cut. Someone, one of your 5 ninjas, cut your shirt. You have to deal with that. It's reality. Go ask them who did it. Not me. Angels with bright eyes. No, not me. Shiny eyes. No. No one. HaShem did it? Yeah, that's the answer for sure. HaShem did it. On that you cannot argue. Okay, so HaShem, why you cut my shirt? Okay, so now I got that rebuke. And my wife is telling me, you talk too much. Okay, so then you feel that shame. You feel you want to cry. You feel bad with yourself. You don't understand why she's saying that. Listen, you see that your clothes are cut. You see that you have gama bgadim, that something defected your sleeve. Okay, so listen, maybe you can do tshuva on that. And then I'm talking to my wife and we're talking about laundry and we're talking about a lot of things and we're discussing and normal regular life. And then we had that thing in our house. Many times it happened to us that a lot of our white shirts and underpants and white fabrics got stains, a lot of stains. It's happening in a lot of houses. But still, again, don't ignore it. It calls פגם בבגדים. תלמיד חכם שיש כתם על בגדו חייב מיתה. If there is a stain on a fabric, on clothes of a תלמיד חכם, of a righteous man, so it's hinting him, it's telling him, you had to die. It's instead of killing the person, it's a rebuke. Hashem is rebuking the person. And we, for a long time in our lives, we had a lot of stains on the white things. Okay, so what are we doing? We're doing tshuva again and again. But yesterday, while my wife and I are talking, and she's always looking for a better soap for the machine and another and something, all of those things that women understands about, and we don't have a clue what's going on at all. And yesterday we came to that understanding that, thank God, in the last period of time, maybe let's say 2-3 months, we didn't saw new stains. The clothes that we haven't thrown away and bought new ones still have the old stains, but the ones that are new or those ones didn't receive new stains. And then I'm thinking to myself, hey, so you see that Hashem Yitbarach is helping you to fix the defect of clothing, פגם הבגדים? So yes, it's a very deep observation to pay attention to all of those details. But if something is going better in your life, you cannot ignore it. You just need to listen all the way to the supervision of Hashem Yitbarach on you. Yes, if now your clothes are cleaner than yesterday, than last month, if today you're eating a little bit better, it means that Hashem Yitbarach is helping you and healing you. Even in your laundry you can see it. Even in your white underpants you can see it. You can see the supervision of the Creator on you in your life. And it depends in your actions, in your thoughts, in your prayers. And if you go to Hashem and you work on yourself, so also in that thing, you will be blessed. And you will be blessed in your eating, and you will be blessed in the way that you wear, and you will be blessed in the cleaning in your house, and you will be blessed knowing how to organize your life better. The Shechina Kedosha will hover in your house, and Birkat Hashem mitashir, and the blessing of Hashem will make you wealthy, will make you healthy, will make you pure, will make you happy, will make you laugh, will make you everything. What? The blessing of Hashem. So everyone just needs to check himself and to ask, okay, what is my connection to Hashem? What is bringing me to Hashem? And if it's a certain book, so open it. And if it's a certain prayer, hitbodedut or something, so go for that. Bring Hashem into your life. And if it's a certain rabbi, teacher, guide that give you that inspiration into your life, so go. Go after him, follow him. Follow his classes, walking in the middle of the night, talking live on Facebook, all excited from his new selfie. That's what you need to do. If that brings Hashem into your life, so don't stop it. So just let it wash your life. And it's a process. Like we said, it takes time to come out from point A to point B. It takes a while. I'm already 15, 16 years inside this process of tshuva. And I still have stains on my outfits. I still have cuts on my sleeves. But I'm doing tshuva. And I'm not giving up. And I received my blessing from my source of blessing. From the books that I opened, from my hitbodeduyot, from my rabbis, from where that I received my inspiration. And you, every one of us, need to nullify himself to that path, for that channel that God is bringing the bounty through into your life. And just to keep on revealing it and opening it and letting it come, letting it happen into your life. Invite it into your life in thought, in words, and in action. And the action is to nullify yourself to that, to throw your wisdoms, to let it happen, to invite it into your house, to listen to every advice, even when it's very painful, even when it hurts to hear. Wow, it's a rebuke. What, really? I need to change my ways? Breathe. Breathe on that topic for a while. Think on that topic. Pray on that topic. Take it to action. Take it into your life. Here I'm sharing with you waving my underpants in front of your camera. Telling you the truth. We're washing our laundry outside, but everyone will see. We're not hiding anything. That's the process of tshuva. When you are just talking with Hashem Yitbarach about your life, and you're begging and you're saying, and then you look at your life and you say, hey, Ribono Shel Olam, you're with me. You are with me. And it is because that I am being so honest with myself and with my wife and with my children. Yesterday we were talking about the children. Another thing, it's an amazing lesson for you. Learn from it. We're trying to see, my wife is telling me I'm very worried. My son is going and doing it bodedut. They're going on bicycles, driving, coming, going. She's worried, she's afraid. Okay, I told her, listen, why are you afraid? Talk to them about it. If you keep your fears inside of yourself, you're going to be afraid. Great, you don't know what to do with yourself. You're afraid something can happen. How can I watch over him? I must be in control. I must know. I must. Did he message you? Did he call? Okay, you can be worried. But if you will talk to him, do you remember that you have the power of speech, of conversation with him? Do you remember that many times in his life this child is coming to consult with him, to talk to you? Yes, he wants to be in touch with you, right? Yes, you're his mother, yes. So why won't you just open yourself? Instead of being afraid, share with him, talk to him about your fears. And don't try to wash him with your fears. No, I'm afraid, look. No, talk to him. Tell him, maybe tell me what you're doing while you're walking, when you're going. Are you sure? You're watching your back, you're looking at yourself. Are you checking? You're being careful? You're sure you're not dreaming? And then listen. You're going to learn from the conversation with him if really you need to be worried. And then don't be worried. Try to give him an advice. Maybe he will follow. Maybe he will listen. When people are not talking about things, so they're always suffering. They're always losing their minds. Always afraid. Why? Because you don't believe in yourself that you're important. You don't believe that you can fix your life. But believe in yourself. Talk to your wife, talk to your husband, talk to your friend, talk to your parents, talk to your children. Open your heart and share. And if you're going to do that, you're going to see that you just open that opportunity for your friend also to talk with you, to be open with you. And then your child, he will talk to you, and he will explain to you, and you will talk. And then you won't be worried anymore. People are going through those things in life, in all aspects of life. People are criticizing other people because they're afraid to be criticized. Because they've been criticized in their childhood, and that's it. And because they're defending themselves all day long, so now they're attacking everyone else. And they hate themselves on attacking people because that's the worst thing that they hate about themselves, because they don't want to be attacked. And the worst thing that they're doing to other people is what that they hate the most that happens to themselves. Because that they were victims and now they're attacking to defend themselves. And the solution is not to stop attacking people. You're not able to do that. The solution is to understand that you were a victim and that you're not really blamed. How it can be healed? Only if someone else will love you. Only if you will open yourself to be loved. Only if you're going to love others. Only if you're going to open yourself to believe in yourself, to believe in your own beauty. To believe that the fact that people were criticizing you in the past, it doesn't mean that you will be criticized forever. That there's no hope. That this story cannot change. This story can change, can be changed. And who will change it? You. If you're going to believe in yourself, if you're going to invite Hashem Yitbarach into your life, to fix your relationship, to fix your spirit, to fix your mind, to fix your soul, to fix your heart, to fix your desires, your habits. Thank you very much. Be blessed. Succeed. Holy souls and holy spirits we are. Who are you? You are not how that you behave. You are not your manners. You're not your wisdoms. You're not even your thoughts. You are your soul. You are that spark inside that is alive. The desire to live. That's who you are. You're that tiniest particle, that positive, godly particle of soul that lives inside of you. That's you. Now it got the power to wash the world, to illuminate the world with the light of love, like I told you. Just you need to believe in yourself, that you are that one. I remember myself, I was maybe 16, 17 years old, and I heard a car brakes, stops, screech. Screech? Ah, like screech. So I ran to the window to look. We were fourth floor, and I saw that the car ran and hit a deer, a small deer, a young deer. And I ran down 4 floors, and I went and I hugged that deer, and I tried to help him, and I tried to make someone call the zoo. Maybe they have some emergency, something, and he died in my hands. While I'm sitting 15, 16, I don't know, 17 years old, hugging him and petting him and trying to relax him, and he was terrified and he was hurt, and those animals are very gentle. And he died in my hand. So what can I take from that horrible experience? I know myself. I wanted to give him his life. I know I did everything I could. That's me. I wanted to spend time with that poor animal. I wanted to give life to that. I didn't know how to. I don't know how to. But that's me. I'm not the man that saw that car accident, that car hit the deer, and no, that's all the imagination. That's all the coverings. Those are only the tools that God used to show me who I am in that situation. Who am I? I'm that loving kindness. I'm that sensitivity. I'm that love and patience and goodwill to heal and to help. And that was me. That's me. And in another situation, you can find yourself that you are far from faith and that you have difficulties believing and trusting HaShem. Okay, so that's you now. So work on that. On the negative things, you need to work on removing them and finding your real self inside, beyond those husks, beyond those fears, beyond those confusions and lack of understanding. And then one layer after the other, you're going to search, you're going to find your real self that is perfectly good, that it's Him, that it's HaShem Himself lives inside of you, that wants only to have mercy. The exile is on. The darkness is on. So it's blocking the light. So the world is here. The empty space is blocking us from infinity. Our bodies, all kinds of blockings and curtains that are shading. But one layer after the other to remove, to peel another peel, and to make another step, and another day, and another clarification, and another inspiring class, and another walk into the night, and another Bodedut in the field, and another mikveh, and another tear, and another long, deep conversation, and another time to try and to dare, and to be brave, and to be who that you are. And along the way, with the years, suddenly you look back and you say, whoa, it's a huge change. My clothes are cleaner today, and I'm dressed better, and we know how to make food today, and the food is delicious, and things are happening. In the beginning, we didn't know how to cook, we didn't know how to clean the house, we didn't know how to take care of our parnasa, we didn't know. My wife and I, we were like, just been born. We didn't know how to clean the house. My wife as a child, she never cleaned her parents' house. Me as a child, I never cleaned the house. My wife as a kid, she never ever touched anything in the kitchen. She didn't know how to cook. And me also. Putting things in the microwave. That's how I grew up. That's what we were, that's how we lived. My wife was drinking Coca-Cola and eating bamba for that's what... I don't know, you grow like that, HaShem helps, but Baruch HaShem. She was eating bamba and drinking Coke, and I was drinking alcohol and puffing smoke. And HaShem is helping. And then you learn. And today we have children sitting and eating and everyone are happy and they like the food. My wife is telling me, in every house the kids, they love the food. No, it's not true. It's not true. If your children, they enjoy your food, there is something unique, there is something special. If you're able, every couple have that. They're sitting and talking. No, it's not true. Many of my students are sending messages. I'm trying to talk to him. For years I'm trying to talk to him. He doesn't listen. He's rebuking. And from the opposite side also the same. I'm trying to tell her and she's not listening to me. But if you see that you have one point, if you're going to water and nurture that point, you will see that it's going to grow, that it's going to bloom, that it's going to succeed, that it's going to develop. And you need to work on the things that you're the most far from faith, from believing in those things. On them you need to believe. Because if you needed $10 and then you got them, you need to learn from that, from the small miracles, that Hashem can buy your house. Because for Hashem there is no difference between supplying $10 or $10 million if you need them. When I'm thinking about my expenses, about my financial needs, the numbers are gigantic. It's amazing numbers. You know what we're doing, which huge factory we have here that we're running, amazing. It's a wild project. The expenses are wild. And if I'm going to check in the bank, I don't have the money. But if I'm going to check in my life experience, so I always had everything I needed. And I know that Hashem helped me to succeed always. And I know that Hashem will always going to help me for the future. And I don't have fear when I'm thinking about Hashem. If I'm going to talk with the clerk in the bank, or if I'm going to talk to people, I'm going to be terrified. But if I'm going to talk to Hashem Yitbarach, I know exactly how Hashem Yitbarach helped me until today. I know exactly how Hashem Yitbarach helped me until today to buy 2 houses. I know that I bought 2 houses with no money. I know that I bought maybe 10 cars with no money. I know that I bought so many with no money. I know that my family, and I understand, you can't believe because your lack of faith. My family are traveling and we're going and we went to Uman together so many times. And again, to tell you the miracles, we have 900 videos. Every video you have one miracle. We need to cut and edit them. We're looking to hire a good editor. That's what we need. To believe. If you're going to check on your past, you see Hashem was there, for sure. Hashem was with me, for sure. When I had to pay the rent and suddenly that person came and he paid. And then that person gave me a loan and after it I had my help from heaven and I paid that loan. And in another case, someone called me and told me, oh, Social Security, they want to give you money. What? I thought they're just taking. Yeah, no, but now you're going to receive. Okay, another miracle. And another thing, and another thing. And every time something else. And especially, you need to pay attention to the fact that it comes in the time that you need it. That Hashem noten et lahem et ochlam beito. He gives them their food in the right time. What? You need to have refrigerators full of food to have a machsan, a warehouse full with that you will be relaxed. You don't need that. If you see that until today you're 50 years old, you're 60 years old, you're 20, you're 30, you're 40, you're 80, you're 90, and you're alive, it means that you were eating until today. So why that you're going to be hungry tomorrow? And if you will be hungry for an hour or for 2 hours, what's going to happen to you? Learn the lesson. Talk to Hashem. Tell him, Hashem, look, I'm hungry. Look, Hashem, can you help me? And then you're going to find the food. Why Hashem made you hungry? That you will remember that He's the one that is supplying. Because when you're poor and you're hungry, you look to heaven and you say, Hashem, please, can you feed me? And then when you find the food, you cannot argue with the fact that it was been supervised, and then you see that it's Hashem, and then you cannot ignore and you have faith. That's why Hashem makes us suffer. Why doesn't give you children? Because you will forget that the children are coming from Hashem, and you're going to think that, oh yeah, I have children. No, you don't. Now you want children? Call me. And when you're going to call Hashem, Hashem will give you children. Hashem can give children to a person that cannot have children. Hashem can give money to people that don't have money. Hashem can give a house to people that don't have houses. Hashem is the creator and He created the world and He's keep on creating the creation. Live. In the present. And that's Hashem. And if you ask me, but if that, how can I know if it's God's will to help me? A lot of people didn't get their houses in the end. A lot of people didn't have children in the end. You know why you're asking it? Because you don't know who you are. Because you don't understand the Creator, that He wants to give you for sure. And He wants to give you everything. And He wants for sure that you will have children. 100%, no doubt about it. 100%, 100 complete percent. That you will have a house, that you will have a family, that you will be happy, everything. Why you don't have it yet? Because you haven't completed your faith yet. So on what you need to work? On your faith. To what? To do what? To believe in His kindness. To believe in your kindness. Until you're going to know that you're kind, you won't be able to recognize that He is kind. When you still judge yourself and think that you're cruel, so you keep on blaming Him that He is cruel, that He doesn't love you. Only because you don't know yourself yet. When you're going to know yourself, it's written, Ilu yediativ haitiv, yedativ haitiv. If I would know Him, I would become to be Him. Good lesson? Very good. If you would know HaShem, you would become to be HaShem. If you would know how good He is, אילו היו יודעים כמה הקדוש ברוך הוא אוהב אותם, if they would know, it's written in the Zohar הקדוש, how much He loves them, the Creator He loves them, they would run after Him like lions, היו רודפים אחריו כאריות. They don't have no fear, that never gives up, that doesn't know the meaning of the word despair. Running, full power, after Him. If we would know how good He is, we would nullify ourselves to Him completely, and we would become to be Him. ממלכת כהנים וגוי קדוש. A holy nation. A lighthouse to the nations. Yes? And cut.